Konnichiwa, or should I say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to formally introduce myself. My name is Joana, and I will be your tour guide to accompany you throughout the tour. In behalf of Honshu Travel and Tours, I would like to welcome you all to Shikun Garden here in Hiroshima. But before we enter the garden, we will first pay 250 yen for your admission fee. You can bring bottled waters with you, and if you have cameras, you can take pictures of the place. So, the construction of this garden began in 1620, the year following Asano Nagaakira's installation as daimyo or feudal lord of Hiroshima. The garden was built by his principal retainer, Ueda Suko, a famous master of tea ceremony, as the garden of Nagaakira's villa. Shikuen, which literally means shrink scenery garden, expresses the idea of collecting and miniaturizing many scenic views. And according to tradition, Shikwen is a miniaturized model landscape of Shihu or West Lake of Hongshu, China. But quick comparison of the Shikwen's main pond shows very little similarity. So in front of you now is the Seifukan, the main building near the center of the garden. Seifukan is built in the Tsukuyu-zukuri tea house style with shingled roof. The western section of Seifukan is done in an elegant Suisukuri written chamber, and in the east wall is set a lyre shape of katomado window which perfectly views the Kokyu. This cottage is especially beloved by many generations of daimyo of the Asano clan. So look to the west and you will see rice fields which lies in the valley of Milky Way. When Asano Nagaakira took up his residence in the Hiroshima Castle in 1619, those rice fields assessed a rice yield of 426,000 cocoa annually. So as we turn the corner now, you will see a yoyote, one of the tea cottages scattered around the garden. And in the distance, you will see the terrace, a miracle tea garden. The spot is allocated for tea ceremonies celebrated all year round. Most months, Shikun Garden celebrates at least one special tea ceremony, except for the months of October and July. So we are now heading to the center of the garden, the Takui Pond. Keep your eyes open and don't be surprised if you will see fish leaping out of the pond, which also makes this tour more interesting. As you can see, there are islets scattered within the Takui Pond. There are more than 10 of them, large and small. Around the edge of the Takui Pond are bridges and tea houses which are skillfully arranged and rejoined by a path which we are stepping into. So I'd like to point out the memorial stone located off the north. The memorial stone commemorates the victims of the 1945 Hiroshima atomic bombing. The garden is just 1.2 kilometers away from the hypercenter of the garden bomb, just like most of the Hiroshima was wiped out of existence. Many people injured took refuge in the grounds of the garden. However, many died because of their wounds. Their remains are interned within the garden. The Hiroshima Prefectural Board of Education immediately started repair to restore its scenery prior to the bombing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we already reached the end of our tour. And we are now heading to our starting point, the Seifukan. You may have noticed that the garden is a circular tour type garden. Garden of this type first appeared in Muromachi era, and in Edo era, they culminated in their form, classical form, and to which pattern conforms the main gardens of most of the daimyo. So, on your way out, you will see a souvenir shop which sells beautiful local handcrafts and stops. There is also a toilet as well. So, that would be the last part of our tour. I hope you enjoy our tour around the garden, and I hope to see you again here in Shikun Garden and in Honshu as well. In behalf of Honshu Travel and Tours, thank you and have a wonderful vacation here in Honshu. Thank you and goodbye.